Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Podocasts. So, look, me and the boys and Bell, have been kicking around AMP a long time. We discuss every damn thing about it. What it is, what it does, how it gains its intrinsic value, but mostly how it will grow. That's what we talk about a lot. What makes it pop? Everyone on the team has their opinion, of course, but I am the most correct. And you know what? I say that smugly. What it is and what it does right now is entirely dependent on Flexa. Not because that's the only way AMP can be used, but because that is how Flexa is using it. And you really need to understand the difference here when you are assigning value to AMP. You cannot give it a fixed value based on how one entity uses it. And don't get me wrong, I love Flexa. I have the T-shirt and everything. I love what they're trying to do. I may disagree with some of their business decisions, and I am very upfront with those if you have seen any of my other videos. I am not a blind devotee. If I think they are doing something wrong, I will call them out. It's just opinion, though. Don't get your panties in a knot. If you disagree, I have a comment section. Knock yourself out. I digress. But trying to assign a static value to AMP based on a single entity would be a bold assumption. And that assumption would be that nobody else will ever build on it. And I cannot think of another foundational token in the crypto space that only supports a single entity. AMP can support anything. And we are getting into that today, right after this. All right, so let's imagine Ethereum for a moment because it's important to the point I am trying to make. Ethereum, the big utility token, derives its value through the entities that are built on it and through the usage of Ethereum by those entities. There was a time Ethereum wasn't worth much. 09 August 2015, you could have Ethereum for 68 cents, and the total day's volume was $400,000. It stayed relatively flat for years and years. It was a plaything, esoteric. Crypto was small, and not many people really understood it, and there was not a lot of discussion outside of small crypto circles mentioning the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, we take it as very old news that they are wildly different and that their usages are polar opposites. With the exception that they both exist in digital form, the similarities pretty well end there. And I know we can really get into that last statement and, duke it out a bit, but I think you get the point I'm trying to make. Speculative product versus use case product. Now, Ethereum is certainly not the only foundational token, and it's not even the only one we discuss here on the Podocasts. There are piles of them. Piles. Theta, VeChain, Scale, Polygon, etc. These are foundational tokens with effectively no intrinsic worth to themselves because if entities didn't build on them, then they become purely speculative. And there are very big differences in investment strategies for those. Bitcoin is speculative. Doge is speculative. All of these absolute crap carnival coins, SafeMoon, Shiba, Bonfire, these are all speculative tokens with no worth unto themselves and no way to increase their value, aside from more people buying than selling. Foundational tokens don't work that way. They provide the playground, the arena, to create the space to build, and the builders come. That is where the real long-term value is. Now, AMP, and I was getting into AMP. It's on the thumbnail. Shame on you if you clicked off before I got to the good stuff. AMP is a foundational token. And although the only value we can derive out of it right now is based solely on Flexa, I cannot fathom a situation in which that stays true. We have wargamed this for days and days, right here on the podcasts, on the live streams. We have come up with 50 good ways to use AMP that it is not being used for, but is fully capable of doing. And I can't believe that if we came up with some of these ways, that others are not thinking along the same lines. AMP is the playground with the fences up. The rules are in place, and it is vast. There's a lot of room. Here's what you have to ask yourself, and I think it's a fair question. If you believe that crypto spends are hands down the future of the planet, and that Flexa does it better than anyone else and will capture the lion's share of the market, then you need to hold AMP and you need to DCA. I do not believe that, but that's not why I am so heavily in AMP. If you believe AMP will go up because more people buy than sell, then you also need to buy and pick your sell point. Whatever goes up through speculation will go down when a better opportunity arises. And in crypto, there is always a better opportunity tomorrow. I do not believe that. And that's also not the reason I am in AMP. If you believe that AMP will act as a foundational token for an entirely new way of conducting financial business in the world, not only crypto spends, but fiat, real estate, escrow, insurance, hell, consumer credit. I can go on and on with ideas. But if you believe that AMP will do that, and I absolutely believe it, that is my reason for being in this token. If you believe that, then you need to stay the course and just wait. Rome wasn't built in a day. Ethereum took years and years. And AMP will have its day as well. Now, if you don't believe any of those things, and I think the range was pretty broad, I got to ask, man, why are you in AMP? You know what? I would love to hear about it in the comments. How about this? Change my mind. This is not a patience video. The Empire already knows. This is not Diamond Hands video. It's your crypto, man, and I don't care what you do with it. This is a wake-up for the folks who are still staring at the charts and holding their breath. You are in something that is bigger than all of us, first of its kind, anywhere. And it will absolutely get there. Leave it in your long-term wallet. Grow it with profits from your short-term wallet. Half the profit into your long-term of choice, other half back into the short-term wallet. Exponential growth. Smart investing is great when you have something with the potential of AMP that you are feeding. I cannot wait to see where this ends up, but I am confident that it's going to be bigger than we thought that it would be. Live stream on Thursdays and members stream on Saturdays, both at 1900 Central. Hope to see you there. That's it, guys. Cheers.